Hello, Crispy Clean Aquariums. I'm Michael Thatcher. I'm one of the admins here, and I figured I'd show you guys my fish room. I call it the Aqua compound. That's my business name and what I sell under. First things first, this is not a showroom, it's a fish room, so I do have some tanks that do have dirty glass. Maybe they aren't the cleanest tanks in the world, but all the fish, I promise you, are healthy. The inhabitants include fish and one dog. That's Venus. She lives here. Alright, well, enough of that. Let's get started. In this first tank right here, oh yeah, this is a 20-gallon high rack. Holds like 20 highs and 115. This first tank right here, sorry about the dirty glass. They usually stay in a group. Oh, there they are. These are Mexican mollies. Most mollies you see are from like Colombia or a different South American country, and I thought these were kind of cool because they're from Mexico. Not the prettiest molly in the world, but I thought they were kind of cool. Also, there is Juliacomus regani. I keep these guys together because the mollies stay at the top, and these guys usually kind of chill toward the bottom. That's a little Tanganyikan cichlid. This is a Amphilophus trimaculatus. Trimac for short. This guy is in his own tank because he's very, very mean. I've actually had him kill a couple of his brothers and sisters on accident. Or he didn't do it on accident. I didn't pay attention. I'm thinking about naming him. Not really sure what to name him, but he'll get a name here soon. Growing him up to breed. In here I've got a pair of Neolamphilophus Bachardi daffodils. They got babies back there. I don't know if you guys can see them. They're swimming around. There's not the... Yeah, they're kind of small. But yeah, that's a pair of them. Dad's on top, mom's right down there. Over here we've got just one male Jack Dempsey. I'm growing him up to show. We have show fish around here. You pay, I think it's like $1 a tank, and you can show your fish, just like how they do dog shows, but they do fish shows. I'm growing this guy up to show. Right here, I've got some small Haitiensis. It's a Central American cichlid. Very cool when they get older. These guys, I'm just growing them out to get a pair of them. These right here are scissor tail guppies, neon scissor tails. There's god awful amount of different guppies, but that's them. They're kind of small still. This tank right here is empty. This one in here, I've got half black, half red guppies, and I've got some really, really cool plecos. Let me see if I can find one. There's one right there on the glass. Now, the cool thing about these guys is they were actually imported as L151s, but the really cool thing is they're not L151s, which I believe L151s are rubber nose, but those are not rubber nose. Those are actually Amazonicas. And there's very, very few in captivity. I've got 2 in here and 3 in another 75 you'll see, and I believe they're the only ones. No, there's I think another 10 or 15 of them actually in captivity, and I've got 5 of them here at the compound, which I think is very, very cool. There might be more out there, but for all I know, there's about 20 in captivity. I've got 5 of them. In here we just got some small males. Little Radis, another Radis, little Red Empress. This tank used to be full of the fish, but I've been selling them off, so that's all that's left in here. Right here we've got half black, half purple guppies. And we've got a low-grade blueberry shrimp. They're everywhere. They like to stick on the filter. And then I've got Aspidoris spilotus, which is a dwarf cory. Little cory cat. Let me see if I can find one. They like to hide underneath the leaf. Oh, there's some back there. So, like I said, the tank's kind of cloudy, but this one's really full of algae, which the blueberry shrimp will love. In here I've got bronze cories. I've got long fins and regulars, and I've got Cyprochromis utintas, which are a little, look like a needle, sort of. It's like a needlefish looking. It's from Lake Tanganyika. Very cool fish when they get older. Yeah, they all chill in the back on that brown rock back there. And here I've got, see if I can catch him real quick before he goes in the shell. There's a Neolamphilophus multifasciatus little shell dweller. They're the smallest cichlid in the world, which I thought was kind of cool. And I've got some gold-headed compressiceps in here too, but they like to hide, so you probably won't see them. Alright, on the bottom rack, we've got umbies, specifically Rio Magnalenus. There's I think 5 or 6 different types of umbies. These are just the Rio Mags. And here I've got Astatheros rosterus. Still gotta learn their name. I haven't had them very long. This tank has nothing. This tank has 1 male Fabiolus I'm raising up to show, just like that other one. And here there's nothing, and then there's nothing. Alright, that's one rack. Next rack. This is a 20-gallon long rack with 29s on the top. This actually rack is not filled up all the way. I still got to fill up that bottom one. First up here, there's nothing. Up here, there's a big colony of. These are the half black, half reds, and these are the half black, half purples separated. Nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing in there. And here we've got Cuban cichlids, Tetracanthus. Latin names, they confuse the hell out of me, but these are Cubans. That's what most people know them by. Right here we've got the red tiger Motaguens, which are related to the jaguars. Same genus, Parachromis, but these guys are very, very cool when they get older. I'm raising these up to get a pair. And here's my showfish. That's a Geophagus megasemus. Now, the reason he's in such a small tank is because when you show fish, they have to go in a small tank, so I like to train them beforehand so they don't freak out when they get in a small tank at the show. So he lives in a 20-gallon long by himself, which I think is completely suitable because he can turn around, but that's all up to opinion, I guess. But I do like to train him in this smaller tank, and right before the shows, we actually have a show coming up, so that's why he's in there. And here I've got the red bar endlers, and I've got some, there's little males right there. Very cool little fish. Females are huge. And then I've got the trapdoor snails. They're everywhere. But then I've got some smaller cory cats, albinos. Over here I've got Persei, or Persei, or however you say it. These are a little Central American. They get like black and yellow when they get older. I'm raising these up to breed. In here are goldfish and crayfish. There's a little blue guy right back there. There's another one. But the goldfish in here, somebody brought them to me and asked me not to feed them off to something, so I figure they can go in here until one of the crayfish gets them, I guess. Down here, this is another showfish. That's a male Midas. He's in the same tank for the same reason that Geophagus megasemus is. And here's a small female Midas, and they go as a pair, which is it's a category in the showfish is pairs. So that's why they're next to each other like that, and that's why they're both in smaller tanks. Usually they're in a very big tank, but for now I put them in there so they can train to be in a smaller tank and not freak out. Alright, this is a room. We're done with this room. Oh, that's my slop sink. Every fish room needs a slop sink. That's my opinion. They're great. Gets rid of the water really easy. No buckets need to be carried. Thanks to Python. Alright, first rack. This is a 55-gallon rack. There's 10 of them on there right now. They can fit 12. I'm trying to find 2 more 55s for a decent price. Up here we've got the same mixture of fish that were in that 20-gallon over there. Red Empress and Auratus. And here we've got Almacara Ethelwani. That's my male. And all these are his females. That tank actually just got a water change. That's why it's kind of cloudy, mixed up. Over here we've got Albino Eureka Reds. We've got Intermedius. We've got Red Empress. And we've got tons of bristlenose. This is a long fin brown. I've also got a regular albinos. And I've got a giant crypt. That's what the type of plant. I'm not a big plant guy, but that's a crypt. Yep, that's a couple little males popping out, which looks kind of cool. These guys are all for sale. Most of the fish in here are for sale if I'm not raising them out to breed them or show them. That's an empty tank, 55, that needs to be cleaned. Right here we've got Cyclosoma spirillum. This tank is dirty because every time I try to come in here and clean it, the parents attack me. So that's the only reason this tank is that dirty. I can't stick my hand in there. They attack it every single time. Probably won't be able to see them because they've got babies. There's the dad right there. And the mama is somewhere else. You can actually see some babies sometimes swimming around that they've kicked out of the nest. Like these are both their babies that have grown up inside the tank. Very, very social fish. Down there, that's an empty tank. 10-gallon full of convicts. People bring me convicts all the time. Convicts are like rabbits. They breed like nuts, and that's where I put them at. That's a 155 with one fish, and that's an obliquidin. The only reason there's one fish in there, he's the last one left. The rest of them were actually sold a couple days ago. And here, there's a quite empty tank. These are just ruby reds. young ones, little males, smaller females. Like I said, the tank used to be a lot fuller, but fish get sold and move on. Down there, that is a Geophagus Rio Salpado pair, and I can't clean that tank either because they attack my hand. So it stays cloudy. I guess they like it. I don't know. I can't get in there to clean it. They attack the python every time I stick it in there. Right here, you guys actually seen this new project. This is just a tub rack. There's 12 quarts. They're just 3 gallons of water. I'm just trying to grow plants in them, little small guppies and such. Just Java moss, Java fern. They call it crown top Java fern, regular Java fern, more Java fern, and more Java fern. I'm actually going to be getting some different types of plants to try them out. Never been a plant guy, but I figured I'd try it. Here's 4 more. I'm trying to 4 more down there, and I don't think I'll put anything on the bottom rack. I'm not going to put anything on the top rack. This is just all little tools and fish food. Right here we've got. All right. Well, this is a crazy rack. This has got 75s, a 125, and 20-gallon super talls on it. So kind of a mixed-up rack, but it all works out. This is a red Henson Spillum. Very nice male, and that's his female, and that's a convict. I figured I'd throw it in there. They eat it, but they never ate it, so I guess they're pals now. Yeah, they're really nice fish. Kind of, you know, sketchy, but they come around. Right here is a fry tank, albino bristlenose. Albino bristlenose. This tank used to be full of them, but like the other fish, they were sold. That's an empty tank right there I need to fill up. This is a 125 full of bristlenose plecos. That's all that's in here. And some babies, some albino Eureka red babies and some ethylene babies. I let them grow out in the big tanks, so they grow out faster, but albino bristlenose, albino bristlenose, albino bristlenose. There's actually there was a dad up there. Babies must have came out, but they had a cave full of eggs a couple days ago. There's a big female, smaller one again. Baby's back there. Yeah, but it's a tank full of albino bristlenose. Oh, down here, this is a black devil. Amphilophus sagittae. They call him the black devil because of coloration. Very cool fish. He probably won't come out because he likes hiding in that tube. Got a quick glimpse of him, but he's another shellfish. I had a female for him, but he actually killed her overnight one night, and that was the end of that. And females are a dime a dozen, so we're not a dime a dozen. They're like finding a diamond in a haystack. So, and here we've got one convict. I figured these catfish would eat them, but apparently they did not. Here, I'll get these guys out for you. These guys are midnight cats. They look like little bullheads, kind of. Very cool little catfish. Oh, don't freak out. Come on. Well, he don't look like he wants to come out. Promise you they're not dead. They just look like little mini channel cats. That's about as big as they get. Last tank of the tour. That other side of the room is not finished yet. I had some problems with the racks. They don't work very well, so this summer I'm actually going to be tearing them down and rebuilding them. Once that's done, I will update you guys. But for now, you guys get the good half of the fish room. The other half is just atrocious. This is Amphilophus species red-eye slata. Very cool little Central American. This guy actually has very nice colors and a very nice nocturnal hump, or a KOK, for how young he is. He's actually got a pretty nice attitude on him. Also, we've got some more Amphilophus trimaculatus to that other guy in there. He was really mean to him, so I decided to put these guys together, and they're doing great. Sand bottom, and also this is where the other 3 Amazonicas are. The plecos that aren't very many in captivity. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is kind of a full panorama shot. Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, every fish room needs a radio. If you don't got a radio in your fish room, you need to get one. It's almost as boring as... It gets really, really boring if you don't have a radio. You need one. Makes it so much better when you can listen to music. But yeah, that's everything. Make sure I don't miss anything. Lighting, I just use shop lights, T12s. Cheap way to do it. I'm not, like I said, never been into big and growing plants, so I've never been really worried about plants and the lighting requirements and all that. But yeah, that's about it. I know it's kind of long, but I promise you it was worth the watch. If you stick to the end, congratulations. But yeah, that's everything. Like I said, when the other side gets finished, I'll let you guys know. Thanks, and have a crispy, clean day.